Hey, fingers crossed, signal in here. Welcome in. Welcome in, everybody. I hope you're good. 2024's first Spot Hour, and we're doing it in an unusual setting of indoors. It's not looking too good out there. We may venture out there soon. But let's see. Welcome in. I'm seeing Jerry, mod team. Good to have you in the house. Welcome, welcome, welcome. What else we got? The quality's not looking too fresh. And of course, the volume's up. Let's turn that off. There we go. So I'm not getting duplicate audio. But yes, CS. Oh my God, the chat's moving too fast. You're correct. I didn't expect this to be true. I've hoped it would be true, but let's see if this rainy weather, just because it is blowing a gale out there. Like, it's storm out there. It's not actually safe to be walking around. There's bits of tree flying around. So we are perched up at home in the kitchen with a cup of coffee for the first Spot Out of the year. But thank you very much for tuning in. It's good to be back on the streams, everybody, after a little bit of a break for Christmas, New Year, etc. Walter, Mike, lovely to see you both. Sue, good to see you as always. And Molly, welcome in. Newcombs, mate, how are you doing? And yeah, rainy weather. I hope it stays, but you know the way of Pokemon Go and everything. Let's just hold our breath, shall we? Because it very well might change. But I'm hoping the quality's sticking, because you won't believe this. The first Spot Hour I want to do from home, and my internet's out. So we're running off 5G, but of course we're in a basement flat here where the signal's not so top. But I think the signal, we may actually have some Wi-Fi now. Fingers crossed, I'm going to switch over to Wi-Fi. Maybe we can get on that instead of 5G. Maybe that improve the quality. I have it on myself. Look, I actually have a visual reference for once, which is great. Peter 90ish, welcoming. Kevin, lovely to see you, mate. How are you doing? And CeeLo, good to see you as well. How are things? Happy New Year to you as well. Carol, welcome, welcome in. Okay, the signal seems pretty mid, even though it's on Wi-Fi, but we'll have to deal with it. Apologies, I was rather hoping that we'd be all good on the signal front, but Castform. Now, you may see a short of this in a couple of hours, but we managed to pull in a shiny Castform by Lake Coniston when I was on Boxing Day. So I already had one in the most recent sort of week or two, which is great. But that probably means we're not going to get one this Spot Hour, particularly if we're playing from home, dropping lures and stuff. But we've seen 4,729. And because we did Hoenn Tour, we went to Vegas and we did the global one as well, we've got all of the forms shiny available. Sunny, the rainy, and the snowy as well. So, well, let's just see what we can get this evening. It'll be very interesting to find out. ATS, Albert, lovely to see you. Theoretically, it should dictate by the weather. The weather can change the form of the Castform, which I think is actually a really nice touch. It does mean, unfortunately, if you get the mediocre random weather, windy and partly cloudy, etc., you're lumped with a normal form. But it's interesting. It gives a different flavour to a Spot Hour, I think, which is all good. Even in Southam, I can bet. Yeah, you guys on the south coast somewhere there, even Newcomb's down the south coast, will be being battered by this weather. Still got this flu. Oh, hopefully you can recover quickly, Mike. Fingers crossed, mate, because if you've been lumped with that for a while, that's rough. CeeLo had all normal Castform. Damn. But let's have a little look at Castform, because we actually got a couple of them. We even have inappropriate names. It is sort of like a pair of bollocks, but that's the joke. So we've had quite a few of them. If you don't know, Castform was actually released 2019 when it was Lotad Research Day. We've had the rainy one, the sunny one, and we actually got one snowy one. I think that was in the global tour last year. Still missing snowy. The snowy one gone 6 o'clock. So what we're going to do is we're going to pop an incense if we have one, which we don't. We've got rainy. Oh my God. So we've got rainy weather boosted Castform, but it's not rainy boost. How's that going to dictate? Look, it's non-weather boosted rainy form. Well, that's a turnout for the books. Would you look at that? So let's drop down some lures. And which one should we go for? We can drop down lures. They're not going to last terribly long, but let's drop down some normal ones. Rainy, yeah. I'm down with rainy Castform. If I can get some more and trade them, that'd be fantastic. Andrew Crow, hey, lovely to see you, mate. How are you doing? Ah, see, look, the normal ones are coming off the lures. Look at that. That's really funky. So the regular ones are coming off the lures now. So all the spawns that were here at 6 p.m. have switched to the rainy stuff, but I think we're going to get the normal Castform after that. Oh, well, let's just find out what shiny we're going to get. Hey. But, did anybody get shiny Castform if they've already done their spotlight hour over in Europe or different parts of the world? Milo Dustform Lycanroc just got announced in this week's event. Ooh, okay. Well, good news, it's in time for the podcast. Bad news, of course, they drop it during the spotlight hour. But because I have 3 or 4 devices in front of me, I can actually bloody look at it. So while we're doing this, folks, we can look over the announcements. That's great that they're finally releasing Duskform Lycanroc. So what I hate. Okay, they have actually got a blog post. Thank God for that. I need to turn the Wi-Fi on my phone. Debut of Duskform Lycanroc and Lustrous Odyssey. I was wondering what this event would entail of Lustrous Odyssey. Apart from being quite a good event title, I like the vibe it gives off. Let's just have a little look-see on what's going down in this event, shall we? Mac Floof in the house, good to see you. Welcome in. And Mufti, hey, a happy new year to you, mate. How are you doing? Welcome. We need to drop an incense down now. We've actually bought some. Didn't realise there were different ones. No. It isn't different forms. We got kind of, well, I guess, stumped in a way. So what's happened is because I've put lures down after 6 p.m, I've got normal Castform coming off. But all the spawns that were here before 6 p.m. have switched to rainy because we had rainy weather the hour before. I knew it would switch over. I just knew it would switch to windy weather. And somehow incense is bringing in a whooper. Unbelievable. But now we can actually look over this. So apart from being in quite a good position, how are you guys doing? Because if Dustform Lycanroc is coming through, that's quite an interesting little window, probably to have to evolve your Rockruff. But Rockruff, if I can type properly, I've got quite a few shinies. So we can choose which one we're going to do in terms of the evolution. But that's quite good. So starting this event, some Rockruff that trainers hatch or encounter will be able to evolve into Dustform Lycanroc instead of midday. Okay, so how are they doing the mechanic? I'm curious. We're going to have to be kind of lumped with very mediocre spawns. Can we get some more lures down, maybe? Let's put a glacial lure down. Why not? This is not what I expected, but honestly, it's not, from my point of view, having been quite badly ill before Christmas and etc. I don't really fancy venturing out there. No offense to Castform, but it's not really worth it. It's not really worth it. So this event is from January the 6th, which unfortunately is the Rowlet Community Day start event. But I've got a Mantine. I guess it's the glacial lure, isn't it? Got the rainy Castform. Rapunzel. Hey, well done. I guess well done. You got some of the good weather boost. There are 4 different types of weather boost that can give you those different Castform. There's the rainy for the rainy form, the sunny for the sunny form, and the snowy one appears in both snowy and foggy weather, which is interesting. The bonus. The bonus is double catch XP. So considering Castform's not the most difficult excellent to hit in the game, probably quite a good one to chuck a leggy egg down if you're going out grinding for it. So not too shabby. Andrew Rudd, good to see you in the stream. Got my first shiny already. A Darumaka, very nice from this New Year's event. Fabulous stuff. Right, so we're going to have a little look through. You have to bear with me. The new event, Lustrous Odyssey, just got announced. So Timeless Travel Special Research, 2 parts. Part 2 of the season special research will be available. Okay, that's about bloody time. So the timeless travel special research, if you haven't got through to stage 5, that you have to sit around and wait. So that's part 2 coming in, I think, which is quite nice to see. Charlie Lucy, good to see you popping in to say hello. I hope everyone had a lovely holiday break. Hope you did as well. Hope you did. Thanks for popping in. Probably drop a lucky egg even though I'm level 50. No harm in gathering extra XP. You know, they'll probably drop level 60, or maybe they'll even drop it up to level 100. We don't even know. I've seen people talking about data mined quest bits and pieces for level 60, which is interesting. So there's a potential, but unfortunately we're going to have to sit around and hope that lures bring in some stuff for us on this one. And we're getting all the special lure spawns. That's why we don't put down the special lures during the spotlight hours. Depending on if it seems to ease up, we may venture out and do half of the spotlight hour outside, but we'll have to see how the weather plays. Now, this Lustrous Odyssey event bonuses, increased frequency of buddy Pokemon bringing you souvenirs and presents. Your buddy will spend more time on the map after being fed berries and poffins, so that's, I guess, extra bits and pieces. Rockruff hatched from eggs received as Adventure Sync rewards during Pokemon Go may have the chance to evolve into Dustform Lycanroc. Interesting. Wild encounters are kind of a bit meh. What's this? 2023 catch of the day. XXS. Oh, an XXS Hundo Lechonk. Oh, there's an XXL Castform. Sweet. Maybe we can hit. Should we try and hit the excellent? Let's try and do the critical catch. Oh, we were so close. So close to that excellent. No matter. That's a very nice Hundo. Any XXLs and XXS Hundos, I think, are very, very cool. It's a half a meter tall. And it's a sort of 89%. If only that'd been shiny. There's another one. So we're lumped with the regular Castforms. So is that meaning that Dustform Lycanroc can only be evolved to from Rockruff that hatch out of Adventure Sync? If so, that's a bit BS, because there's the dusk, time window on the map these days. Julia Glass, good to see you. After Shiny Drought, 4 shinies today. Hoot Hoot Skitty Bronzor Male Combi. Oh, well done. Snapsy's on the Male Combi. I got mine yesterday, so well done. 2024 starting very sparkly for you. Well done. There's the excellent. It probably won't be sworn off. Thank you. There we go. Sue's posted the event link article. Not a critical catch, but we caught it anyway. Ooh, I hope this is correct. They're saying for this event, Espeon and Umbreon found in the wild can be shiny. And that hasn't been the case since 2021, when we had the season of Mischief and Hooper and all that jazz. It was September, October, and November of 2021. We had shiny Espeon and Umbreon in the wild. I remember I got a shiny Espeon in the wild. That's a very cool little touch. Fantastic. But your event spawns are the following. This is starting on Saturday at 10 a.m, by the way, so the 6th, just before Community Day for Rowlets. Ghastly Eevee, Spinarak, Sunkern, Teddiursa, Lunatone, Solrock, Yungoos, that's the Gen 7 Angry Rodent thing, Fomantis, and Morlul. So I never got shiny Morlul. Those of us who don't have Morlul shiny, it's a good chance to hopefully grind for it. And 1-star raids, Rockruff's back in them, which is good, so we can raid for Rockruff. Weirdeer, hey, look at that. It was only a raid there a couple of weeks ago, but Weirdeer is in those 3-star raids. How snazzy. If that happened to be a hundo, it would have blown my mind. I would have blown my mind as well. Imagine luring in a hundo. That'd been jokes. I always like to do a little 4-star check, but I highly doubt would have found anything. Nah, no hundo, unfortunately. Castform, off the lure. No shiny. I much prefer where I got my shiny Castform on Boxing Day. When's the most recent Castform shiny you guys got? Did anybody get one on the spotlight hours, or have you got one a completely random time like mine? Mine was almost Christmas shiny. Great. Fantastic. So, the following Pokemon will hatch from 2 kilometer and 7 kilometer eggs. In addition to the Pokemon currently in those egg tiers. So, Rockruff. I'm not sure how I feel about this. This is a bit meh, because it means that if you've already got a shiny Rockruff, you may not be able to evolve it. Damn it. Yeah, Rockruff hatched from 2Ks and 7 kilometer eggs have a chance to evolve into dust form lichen rock. We'll have to see when the event starts if we can evolve our maybe already hatched shinies. That could be interesting. Field research, Rockruff is in field research along with the other sort of dog-like Pokemon. You've got Hisuian Growlithe and Hisuian Sneasel. I guess Hisuian Sneasel's a cat, really, isn't it? But web store bundle, there's event bundles, and apart from that, there's not too much else to the event. It's only a 5-day event, really. But fantastic that they're bringing that in. This is so weird. I'm just so confused by this mechanic. Starting with this event, some Rockruff that trainers hatch or encounter will be able to evolve into dust form Lycanroc instead of midday or midnight form. So are they making it completely random? Is it completely random, this thing? That's kind of BS. I've got to be honest. Literally transferred a hatched Rockruff yesterday. See, Albert, it may have been able to trade, something, evolve, that's the word, into dust form Lycanroc. 5 days equals a Niantic week. Let's not even go there. At least, I'll say this, Randy, by the way. Happy New Year, good to see you. At least it hasn't got the word week in the event title. That's one saving grace of it. But that's what I mean, actually. Randy's making a good point there. Does it mean that you might get some that aren't able to evolve? That's what I'm curious about. I'll have to find out on Saturday morning, or basically Friday night when APAC start to play at the event. And we'll probably find, much like, have they actually fixed it? Let me see. Have they fixed the avatar item yet? Featured. So they have updated it, finally. So, I mean, it doesn't go over the Delibird onesie, but that's fine. So, yesterday, once again, an event starts, and the advertised event avatar items weren't available for the first day. So 2024's first event already starting off with something missed off of the event info, which is interesting. Last shiny was Snowy Castform from London Go Fest. Ooh, nice, Kevin. And the opposite just hatched one as shiny. Ooh, jealous. Jealous, Newcombs. Let's see, when was my last Rockruff? It was a fair while ago. Goodness, so it was 19th of March. May. The 5th month of the year. 19th of May. But from a random 10 kilometer egg, that could have been a Venture Sync. Who knows? But it's a 96er. What I want to know is it going to let me evolve it into Dusk form or not? Got 4 Castform here. Julia Glass just got the rainy shiny form. Ooh, so family completed. Hey, well done. Congratulations. That's kind of the ideal scenario for this spot hour, is you want to get the shiny form that you don't have left over. Alex, why do they make it random and not based off the day or time like in the games? My point exactly, because they already have a day-night mechanic in the game, so surely it can't be that difficult to say, hey, between this, well, they track data from when the sun sets, don't they? They know roughly by time zone when the sun is due to set. So why not just say, 5 or 10 minutes either side of that sunset period when it switches from the daytime background catch screen to the nighttime catch screen? Why not just say, hey, you can evolve your Rockruff then, as opposed to making it, a random thing. It's like you may hatch a new Rockruff that's not going to evolve into the new Pokemon. Very weird. My goodness, Sue, that's a long Rockruff drought there. Last shiny Rockruff was hatched in Ealing in October of 2022. Wowza. Around Litwick Community Day. That is a throwback. No excellent, damn it. Got my first Unovan Darumaka shiny. Hey, Alex, big congratulations. 5/15/12. Is that good for PvP? Unfortunately, I don't think Darmanitan's amazingly useful for PvP, but don't quote me on that. I'd definitely say go and have a look at PvPoke or some other PvP websites. They may be able to give you a better breakdown, but it sounds okay-ish IV for PvP. You want that low attack stat. But well done. People pulling in their shinies and stuff like that for this event, which is really nice to see. Starting off the year with some sparkles, people, which is always good. Congrats. I did hear the the event sponsor, but not the event name. That's all good. So Jack 202, I guess it is. The Lustrous Odyssey event, but that's gonna be starting, and this is where I have a bit of beef with it, just as a content creator, because it means you're mishmashing two things potentially together, and also we'll be driving up to bloody Nottingham when the event starts. Starting an event on the day of a community day, why? Why? What's the point? Just put it a day later. Have it start on Sunday. But again, that's just me. It will probably work out regularly for everybody else, not too bad. But it just means I won't be able to cover the event properly until the day after. But then Rowlett Community Day is kind of going to overshadow the Lustrous Odyssey event on day one anyway. So they're kind of like doing the Lustrous Odyssey event down and dirty by putting Rowlett Community Day on it, you know? Newcombs, how's the Zygarde grind going? Oh, I have lost track big time. I barely do routes at all these days. If I even remember to do one, I'll usually do like one and be done with it because I just cannot be bothered. Routes, I'll do the Mateo, fine. I'll get the Mateo exchange gift if I do the route. But honestly, I don't even do a route a day. I find it so uninteresting and laborious. And I think they fixed the thing with the routes where you had to reverse and reverse it again to get it to go in the right direction. But even that, there's just too many things wrong with the routes that I find it very, very dull, personally. We'll have a little look actually at the Zygots. And by the way, Mufti, thank you very much for the super sticker, mate. Thank you, thank you. Where are we at? We're at 79 Zygarde cells. But the thing for me is like, I'm not going to evolve mine. You know, what's the point? It's terrible. It's terrible stats. So I'm going to leave it alone. Shiny Rowlet is a pretty shiny. Love the look of it. I am with you on that one. I have looked at Shiny Rowlet online. I love the sort of bluishness of it. It's a great little shiny. All kind of green. Greeny blue. I hope I didn't miss a super chat earlier. I'm not being an idiot. I'm not. Oh, Andrew, oh, there we go. I did miss something reasonably important. Andrew, 2 days away from Ultra Friends. Had a great New Year's Day. Something like 10 shinies. Wowzer. Glad to see you back, mate. Thank you very much and appreciate the support as always. 2 days away from Ultra Friends. I'm personally not fussed about the XP. Andrew, let me know if you're fussed about the XP. I forget which account that is. Is it the one you got back now, your main one? Because that's obviously not XP grinding. But if you fancy taking the XP for that, be my guest. I'll send the gift over and coordinate it that way. I need to open up. Don't worry, I promise I'll do my gifts over dinner tonight. I promise. Babe, if you're here and you're new, do hit that subscribe button because we'll be back live streaming Spol hours and raid hours every week. And in fact, we'll be live streaming the first hour of Rowlett Community Day, doing a bit of a shiny hunt and challenge. So I'm hoping, I know for a fact that Ian Waterfall will be there. I'm hoping that Mark, Masterful27, will be there as well. But if you're a bit of an OG to the channel, you may remember the last time we went to Nottingham for a community day was Rog and Roller Community Day in September of 2022. And we played I thought it was a very fun game where it's a direct, it's not like flip the coin kind of thing and a bit random. It's a direct head-to-head with another creator or maybe another player. So we're going to be playing Rowlett Paper Scissors for this community day, and it will be very good fun. We'll be getting a bit of AR mode on the stream as well, so maybe a direct head-to-head with Ian. And if you lose the game of rock paper scissors, you have to transfer the shiny you just caught. Which, given that it's a brand new shiny, could be quite good fun, I think. We did it for Fennekin, it was a good laugh. I did see somebody mention actually earlier, so I'm sort of messages that you guys post are coming back into my head of like I should have talked about that, but I didn't. Somebody mentioned the shiny Psyduck. I didn't really make a full video. I never made a full video for the part 2 of the holiday event, but I did put up a short of it. But what I found hysterical was I was literally in the Lake District for about 2.5 days, even less than that, and I got 10 shinies while out there. Could this thing not do it? Like, I know that people are speculating that Vanillite might have been a boosted shiny, but I got mine on the 7th check of Spotlight Hour. I have the screen recording and everything. I put it up on socials. I'll show the shinies for you guys here, but honestly, it's just hysterical. How like you're off, having a break from YouTube at that point, and then the shiny light goes through the roof. It's ridiculous. I even got a shiny while paying for petrol before the journey home, and then the Psyduck shiny with the costume was from the quest at the petrol station in Coniston, which is I found amazing. But the Psyduck, well, I liked making that the final shiny of 2023. I thought that was rather good fun. Other account is XP grinding. Yes, I had Alex Nexton challenge me to be first to level 50, so it's quite crazy. Level 46 in 48 days. I did see you were doing the XP grind and absolutely flying through it, mate. Good stuff. Appreciate you and the family supporting me through it. I appreciate the support on your end, and honestly, if Alex Nexton's challenged you to an XP grind, I know that guy is grinding XP real good. So best of luck. I did see somebody else, Rapunzel. Stay safe. Love watching your videos. All of my favourite ones is that you get a Shundo that is that so lucky. Hey, I'm hoping 2024 can bring back some good Shundo luck because we had maybe not the. In fact, Shundo wise, I think we only had one from a trade last year. I mean, only one. One's insane. Not dumbing it down at all. Yeah, we got the one that was on what was it? It was on Slowpoke Community Day. We got the Shundo Kyogre, but all of the rest of them, like no wild Comday Shundos, no Raid Shundos or anything from 2023. So maybe 2024 can be the one to go for. Andrew got one shiny Psyduck as well. Nicely done, dude. Sam, good to see you. Happy New Year to you, mate. Despite the bad weather, the holiday event part 2 was good. Honestly, the weather around the Christmas time, we made a joke on the podcast about the fact, we don't get white Christmases in the UK, we get drizzly Christmases, and it came completely true. It was in the Lake District, the wettest place in the UK, or wettest place in England, should I say. Scotland gives a very stiff competition. But yeah, absolutely soaking rain. But part 2 was good. Got shiny vanilla like 6 minutes into Spolao. Wowzer. 2 shiny costume Eevee, evolved 1 and randomly got the Vaporeon, the favourite of the evolutions. Oh, well, congrats, mate. I haven't evolved my Eevee with the hat shiny, but I wonder what I put it. I'd probably put it to a Glaceon if I'm honest, because Christmas costume on Glaceon kind of makes sense to me. What's that invite coming through? No. Good stuff. Thank you, Virgin Media, for saying you fixed the issues in my area. I was actually panicking and thinking, not only are we not going to be able to potentially live stream from home when I need to, but we won't be able to podcast, but we're all good. Wi-Fi's been fixed. Really love the congrats on the shiny cider. It had to be done, Dwayne. It had to be done, mate. Then the fact you got it on Christmas Day as well was like, that's perfect RNG, stars align and everything on that one. So I was genuinely very thrilled for you getting that one on Christmas Day. Fabulous way to pick it up. Newcombs didn't get the side up, but got my New Year's Eve midnight task open. Gave you a shiny Vanillite from research. Fab stuff. Had a lot of shiny 98s this year. CeeLo, nice. I think actually this is it again. I was off. I wasn't doing videos because I was having the break. I was quite badly ill after the Conde weekend. I posted on socials, you guys know. Lovely tonsillitis and fever and everything, so I was out for the count for many days and I needed to recover. But the shinies for while we were in Coniston were mad, actually mental. So where did we start? Christmas Day was a Spheal, and then the ones in Coniston, we got the Talo, the Castform on like the same 5-minute stretch, then Spolao Vanillite from the cottage cluster spawns, Sneasel random, then hatched a shiny Smooching from the 2K before going to bed, and literally the next check was another Vanillite from the home spawns. Kragnall was while paying for petrol, and then this one was the research stars I picked up from Coniston at the petrol station, and somehow it was a shiny. I sat on it for several days, but where was it? It was this one. Shiny 98 Sneasel was from a random spawn. Right, snazzy. Castforms to check. 808 Alex, can you read my challenge I set for you on the Conde? If it's a bit far up in the chat, do you mind reposting it? Sorry if I must have missed it. I apologise on that front. Can you repost it? Because I'm always interested. I think Mike Griffin posted an interesting challenge on the December, one of the December live streams, which is like guess the IV star value, which I found quite interesting. That would be a good game to play on a com day solo. But if you listen to the Incensed podcast, one of my New Year's resolutions or New Year's goals is to go and do more events out and about in different cities and things. So we may be venturing around for different community days. I think that would be a an interesting one to do for a com day on my own and get you guys involved. It's like, hey, what IV do you think this shiny is going to be? And if we get the right star value, we can keep it. I quite like that one. Sending you lots of Shundo. Kevin, mate, 2023 was your Shundo year. Didn't you have like 4 or 5 com day ones? Which is actually mad. Actually mental. Jim, lovely to see you. 2024 on the super chat for a happy new year. Lovely to see you, man. Happy new year to you. Hope you had a fantastic Christmas period and holiday time, whatever we bracket it as these days. Appreciate the donation, mate, and the support. Always, always do. Thank you so much. Okay, there we go. So, Alex, do a com day where if you get a critical catch, you keep it, and if not, you transfer it, but with a new critical catch trick. Ooh. Now, that's assuming that it isn't an error and Niantic going to revert it, which, given it's been in the game now for about a week, I hope it stays around. But I quite like the sound of that. That would be very interesting for maybe a com day that's got a repeat shiny that I have too many of. Perhaps Porygon? Maybe Porygon? Or, it hasn't been announced, but Porygon is going to be January's Community Day Classic. It was leaked about a month ago by the Pokemon Company. And the other one that's worth noting is Chansey. Now, Chansey might be a good one for that excellent thing because it's quite an easy excellent throw. So if I mess it up, I don't really deserve to keep the shiny. Not actually, to be honest, Porygon's not a bad excellent either. So I think we've got 2 interesting games there potentially for both Porygon Com Day Classic and Chansey. I quite like the sound of that. I'm actually going to make a note of these 2 games. I'm going to write these notes down, okay, and make sure I don't lose them. Com Day games. So, ooh, should we call it Counting the Stars or something? And the other one is it's got to be like, I want like a game show kind of title for it. That'd be quite fun. I'm trying to think. Crit catch something. That's what we need. Critical catch something. That could be quite fun. Beast Cameron, hey, good to see you. Just realised over here it's rainy Castform. Oh, I'm quite jealous of that. Good luck on getting that rainy shiny, mate. Best of luck. Trees down everywhere too. It's not dissimilar to here. There's huge bits of trees flying off right, left and centre. So that's why I'm staying inside. So anybody in the UK who's being subjected to this kind of, I'd say it's basically a storm at this point, do stay safe. Catchphrase. I quite like that. Gotta crit 'em all. I feel like we need a bug Pokemon for that one. Why did we not think of doing this on Grubbin Com Day? That'd have been quite funny. I like these names, so we'll run. I'll make a note of them and we'll run with them. Hey, how about that? But I like the games. It's good fun, particularly if it's a shiny that's not overly new or anything. Like, I'm not devaluing the shiny or the Com Day event itself, and just like, actually, to be honest, Happiny will be from the 2Ks for that February Community Day, but there are plenty of people out there, like we forget, maybe as older players, and we talk about this on the podcast all the time. OG players from 2016, we may have played every Com Day. Porygon was a 6-hour Com Day from, what was it, September of 2021, I want to say. But That's still nearly 3 years ago. It's a long, long time. Storm Henk. Interesting. It's a wild type, a wild name to go for. Storm Hanky. I could have gone with that, would have been better. See, there we go. Dwayne doesn't have a shiny Porygon. And honestly, like, since I would say Johto Tour, which was February. Oh, we've got some rainy ones on the green. So how have we got rainy spawns and regular normal spawns as well? That's really odd. Johto Tour had Porygon spawning, and it will be in Sinnoh Tour as well, because it evolves into Porygon Z at the end of it, Porygon Z. So it will have another shot at it, maybe with... I won't have better shiny odds. The Comday Classic is going to be your best chance to get the shiny, but it hasn't been in events apart from... I think it features in the Valentine's event occasionally, but that's like 4 days, 5 days at best. And the rest of the year, it doesn't really spawn. It's kind of a rare spawn. So I think a Porygon Comday Classic, it may sound a bit really, but it's a very good play for players who don't have it, and it will be a really, really good fun, I think. Blashmas, do you know the event bonus right now? Yes, we do. It is double catch XP, if I can show you in the Today tab. Where is it? Here we go, Spollout. It's double catch XP, so if anybody's looking to level up, this Spollout, because Castform, it's got a reasonably easy excellent that I keep missing, but if you guys actually get your eye on, you can hit that excellent throw. It's not too bad. Manchester Transit, welcome, welcome. And also somebody who needs that shiny Porygon. Oh, and Bus Driver 45, but changed the channel name. Well, welcome back, a relabeled Bus Driver. Good to have you returning with a fresh face for 2024. But yeah, also needing a shiny Porygon, so I'm going to say best of luck. What's King said? Got the Jigglypuff with the bow as a Shundo. Oh my god. First ever Shundo 2. First day of the year. Been playing since 2016. Old Ingress player. Well, that is, I'd say, a very overdue Shundo. And a very, very rare one. You're not going to find many people with the Shundo for the bow of Jigglypuff. Because 3-day event, first time costume, and only available in the wild. Big congrats on that, seriously. Very, very big congrats. That's absolutely amazing to pull that one in. I am not even remotely jealous. Still, hopefully, tomorrow it should be better weather so we can go out and chase the Jigglypuff. The shiny would be nice, but pulling in a Shundo? God damn. Want to redo the Porygon Comday. Need one, but even my Porygon Z shiny is bad. See, that's it. I don't think Porygon Z has much use in the game, but I personally, you guys may be with me or against this, I really love the design. Like, the Porygon family, I think, is a really cool, interesting design, and I annoyingly have my level 50 Hundo that I had to Elite TM Tri-Attack onto it because, or was there something else? That was my Purified 98 that I lost return on it because of something else, but hey-ho. It'd be fun to try for a Shundo on this one because it's a cracking shiny. It's a really good shiny. So, good luck, people, on getting it. And Porygon 2, I like the design. And then the Porygon Z looks fantastic. It's a psychedelic crazy duck. Fantastic. Got the 98 shiny seal with the... Oh, nice. Some real field research with the scarf. Fantastic. Don't have one, but want them all. Congrats. Anybody who pulls in a shiny from field research is like that thing of, ooh, could it be the Shundo? And unless you know the CPs off the top of your head, you know, a bit of anticipation on that one, so congrats. Mike Griffin, almost level 48. Need a Shundo of any mon, lol. Good luck. I will say that my first 2 came from trades. Came from random... Well, no, one was a lucky friend trade and one was a random special. But then Comdays and everything. We need to put another lure down on here. Shall we do... No, we'll do a regular lure. Why not? I need a bit of GPS drift. Because it seems that the regular spawns, not the lure spawns or incense spawns, are actually bringing in rainy Castform, despite the fact that it's not rainy weather in game. It was the hour beforehand. Got an extra shiny Jigglypuff just in case. Well, since I don't need the Psyduck or the Eevee, I can't remember what you were holding on for me, Andrew, but I might take that off your hands on a Sinnoh Tour. just in case the Valentine's event hopefully doesn't overlap with Sinnoh. It shouldn't do. I don't think it will, because the Valentine's Day event or Valentine's event kind of runs from like 1 or 2 days beforehand and then runs 1 or 2 days after. It doesn't typically overlap into the weekend, I think. King, don't let anybody else's Shundo bits and pieces do your Shundo down. Your Shundo is incredibly rare. Costume Shundo, particularly if it's only been available first time, only in the wild, and literally 3-day event, that's absolutely smashing. And any Shundo is a very, very rare thing in the game. Sam O'Donnell might play Porygon Conde Classic for the XP. Only 4 mil away from level 50. Oh, very juicy indeed. Very, very nice indeed. So fingers crossed you can get that level 50 badge and join the club, mate. We've got a troublesome Castform. Missed the excellence as well. No lures on here, mostly rainy Castform. I think for the last 10 minutes of the spotlight, I'm going to whack my jumper and coat on, and we'll venture out and do a little loop of the green because I have to go off to Wasabi in that direction and go and get dinner. But there's not even any raids particularly want to do. I need to wait until later tonight at about 10 or 11 p.m. so I can then jump into APAC circuitry raids. I'm burning my, as I said in the video on Monday. By the way, thank you so much everybody for the amazing reactions on the video that got posted yesterday on the Monday. It was a very nice welcome back, see people coming back to the channel, because November and December have been pretty tough on the channel in terms of getting content out there and getting people interested. I just feel like the interest, and I've seen people talk about this, just the interest in Pokemon Go really flatlined in November and December, and sort of more so than ever in previous years. And even the holiday event didn't really bring much zest. So it's good to see people tuning into the content. So I fully appreciate it. I really, really do. Thank you so much. Ah, see, look, that's a normal spawn, and it's now regular Castform. I think it's because those spawns from before were maybe sort of just before 6 and they switched over, and now we've got stuff that's spawning fresh, and it's now after 6:30, and we've got regular testy Castform, shall we say. Boom, hit the excellent, there we go. Cedric, hey, good to see you, dude. How are things? How are things? And yeah, thank you, mods, by the way, for doing this. I haven't said it on the stream yet, but we don't encourage posting friend codes in the chat. I don't add people from YouTube chat. We're live on stream hunting for Spotlight Hour stuff. I will say, though, if you're looking for Pheromosa raids, go and drop a comment on the New Year's Day or the New Year's event video that dropped yesterday evening, because I'm going to be adding people. I've had quite a few people already in the comments putting their in-game name and their friend codes down for Pheromosa raids. It is a regional Ultra Beast, and if I can help people get their Pokédex, that would be very cool, because, you know, those of us in the EMEA, technically I at the end of that, because there's also India involved, that we're lumped with Pheromosa, which is definitely the worst of the three out at the moment. Buzzwole is pretty sick, usable in both PvP and I think the raids game as well. And Circuitry is a very, very good raid attacker. It's so good, in fact, that if you really wanted to, you could utilize it as a fairy type. You can put Dazzling Gleam as a charged attack with, I think it's Thundershock for its fast move, and you can use it as a fairy type. That's how good it is. So, and yeah, I said it in the video, but Dwayne is on the money. The shiny, cannot wait for that shiny to be released. I have a horrible suspicion that we're going to have to wait for more Ultra Beasts, though. It's really weird, though, and I said this on the podcast, you know, I forgot that we'd had shiny Guzzlords been out. So we've had Nihilego and Guzzlord dropped, but then the regional ones, like Katana and Celesteela, despite the fact that in that event last year they did a rotation switch, so we didn't have them locked to the southern and northern hemispheres, they actually flipped at one point. Quite why they weren't shiny dropped, I don't know. Like, what a way to get people burning the remote passes in the new year. If you want people to jump into remote raids and do all that stuff, Niantic could have made an absolute killing in the first 10 days of January if they said, remote raid cap is up to 20 for these first 10 days of January, and there's regional shiny Ultra Beasts. I'd have been up until 3 in the morning raiding with Japan and America. But Niantic does Niantic and shoves its head in the sand or up its own arse, who knows. Pheromosa, yeah, Beast Camera. Not a fan, to be honest. Prefer the cooler looking, cooler looking Nerf cell. I'm waiting for the other Ultra Beast, Stack Attacker. I really like the design of that one. I find it so hysterical. It's like an Aztec temple with legs, but fabulous. What does Sue just get? Shiny Hutu on the driveway. Hey, the 2024 luck for, or sorry, the shiny driveway luck comes through in 2024 for Sue. Well done, Sue. Congrats. The snazzy top hat Hutut. It continues, the saga. What was that? Did I miss something? Manchester. You can do Pheromosa with 2 people because I did a raid today with 4 people and smashed it under half the time. I think Pheromosa, I think Dwayne might be right, is that it's so weak you can solo it with the right counters and everything. It's bug and fighting. So, torch it. Torch, fire, whatever, you'll be good. But Pheromosa does have a very cool shiny. It ends up having like a black dress, like black body and legs. So it's quite a nice shiny. Buzzwole is probably the most wild out of the 3 because it's sort of, and it becomes like a fruit salad. It gets red and then green accents and stuff. It looks absolutely wild. Peck it with birds. Is it double, forgive me, is it double weak? I can't remember if bug is weak to flying off the top of my head. Quest hunt for Rockruff. Possibly, mate. It will have to be a Sunday. It will have to be the 7th. January the 7th will be a quest hunt for Rockruff, I think. Ah, there we go. So there you go. Thank you very much for clarifying. Both bug and fighting are weak to flying. So, get your flying team. Get your Mega Rayquazas with Dragon Ascent on there. And if, Francesca, you've got the #1 counter. You've got the 100% Shadow Staraptor with Fly. That's the best flying type counter these days. So, and if you have a Windy Boost, jeez, we're absolutely annihilating Pheromosa. But yeah, drop a comment with your friend code and your in-game name on the New Year's event video that dropped yesterday. Quite a few people have done it already, which is fantastic. So I'll be going through tomorrow morning and adding those people, sorting that out. Dwayne, give me Bucephalon. Bucephalon's an interesting one. Again, like the Ultra Beasts have such a different design and style. They're very, very interesting Pokemon. There's another one. There's Poipole, isn't there? Poipole, something like that. Honchkrow is decent too, I think. Yeah, Honchkrow. Honchkrow is not too bad, and Unpheasant, hysterically. If you've got a Shadow Pidove, why the hell not? Let's have a look at my flying counter, shall we? Flying. So we're definitely going to run with Combi Shiny, 100%. If you want to use an army of Delibirds, go for that. Yveltal with Oblivion Wing would be very good, I think. We might have to fast TM stuff on that. Dragonite, maybe, if it's got the right moves on it, but Ho-Oh, if you have non-sacred fire, I guess. All that jazz. What else have we got? Good old Lugia, if you so fancy, with Aeroblast Plus. I've got my Shadow 93 Apex ready. But then you've got Zapdos, all of that sort of thing. Have we got anything else that's interesting? Possibly not. Oh, look at that Shadow Crobat. Perfect. We'll TM fly moves on there and use it instead. Love it. Opinions on the Lustrous Odyssey event. Oi. So we were actually able, Cedric, to go through some of the event info. I think it looks like an okay event, but we've made mention with quite a lot of people, and but a lot of people agree with this sentiment, is what on earth are they doing with the dust form Lycanroc mechanic? Like, they're just making it random. Really? Yeah, I'm the same with Francesco. I need more LOL shiny, so that will be the grind for me for Wild Spawns. I never got that more LOL shiny, even with the added event that was at the end of November. Never got it. I got the Solosis instead, which was cool. The translucent testicle, but hey ho. But don't forget, people, obviously with regional Ultra Beasts, you can drop an invite or an acceptance to my Discord. My Discord's got a very, very nice global community, so you'll be able to find people hosting the raids of whichever Ultra Beast you are trying to get Pokedex entries for. Need more... Cedric, don't need to worry. It means we can talk about the event again, which is all good. Need more LOL and Fomantis. Good luck on that one. I think I'm okay for Mantis, but the Morlul chase is definitely real. And the fact that Rockruff is random. As I say, I've actually got it here on my phone. So, Francesco, I'll clarify with this for you. So it says on the dust form lichen rock, which has the shiny, obviously, shiny symbol. It's a nice little shiny. Starting with this event, some Rockruff that trainers hatch or encounter will be able to evolve into dust form lichen rock instead of midday or midnight form. So that means you're only going to have a chance of getting Rockruff, I think, from what I'm understanding, Rockruff that get hatched or encountered after this event has started will have the chance to evolve. So if you've got Hundos or Shinies from before this Lustrous Odyssey event, they won't update with the evolve mechanic for Dusk form, which I think is pretty dumb. The fact that we've got the day and night cycle, we've got, we have sunrise and sunset viewing mechanics on the overworld map. You can see it happen, the lighting changes and everything. The fact that they don't allow it to evolve at dusk, I think, is a big, big miss. But probably much like with Kecleon, where they put Kecleon at Pokestops and they actually wanted to do something with AR. They wanted to have you scan around with AR and you have to tap and maybe find Kecleon at a point of interest. Then they didn't work out how to do it, so they had to do something else. And I think this is much the same with Dustform Lycanroc, because they've probably not worked out how on earth they're going to make it able to evolve in a 10-minute window for Dusk form. So they've gone with something very random. They're like, okay, you do you, Niantic. I was just like, right, I've got 8 or 9 shiny Rockruff sat around, and because I haven't hatched them with the event starting, I won't be able to evolve them, which is really dumb. True, Andrew, it will be available in 2K and 7 km eggs, but there is the note on those eggs saying that Rockruff will be available in those egg tiers along with everything else already available in those tiers. So the fact the 7Ks have the Alolans, the Galarians, and Paldean Pokemon in them, plus Rockruff. So it's not even like go for 2 km eggs and try and get Rockruff out of them. You're going to be hatching baby Pokemon and all that gubbins out of them as well. So it's a bit. I think it's a bit of a missed opportunity on their front, but some of the bonuses are cool. And Rockruff's in raids, which isn't too bad. And it's only a 5-day event. It's a 5-day event. Kind of hate that the events are more egg focused recently. Just don't enjoy them really. Well, I think we've talked about this even over the last year since they did the remote raid nerf. It's because they have to find a way for people to get involved with the events on a constant basis. Beforehand, they used to really heavily focus on what the raid quality was. Like, what's the 5-star raid boss? What's the mega? And what are the 1-star raids and 3 stars? Now, we can't remote raid as much, and people, I think, definitely are not raiding as much in person anyway, despite their best efforts to try and make us do so. I certainly don't raid in person anywhere that much at all. Quite regularly, I'll let my daily pass go to waste because I can't be bothered. But it's that thing of they can't milk us for the raid money, so now they're going to say, oh, you can hatch a load of stuff, and I want to remote raid more. Both the raid days, the Hisuian Samurott raid day, fabulous, 20 remotes, K Dunks, good to see you. Soaked 45 minutes. That's why we're inside. Oh my goodness me, you have my utmost sympathy for if you're trekking out and about doing this. Managed to bag 1 shiny and a hundo. Oh, well done. Very well done indeed. Congrats on that one. Oh, we've got Justine Grogan with a big donation. Thank you very much for the super chat. Hello, Milo. Happy New Year to all. Happy New Year to you as well. Hope you had a fabulous time, New Year's and Christmas holiday period. How was it? Have you been out and about for Spotlight Hour, or is it just too damn cold up there in Norway? I imagine so. La Cruz, our Castform was sunny earlier. Oh, nice. Whereabouts are you based with the sunny form? I'm quite jealous. Well, to be honest, just selfishly, the form I would have loved to have seen would be the snowy one. How wild would it have been if we had foggy weather in-game for the Spotlight Hour? That's funny as hell, but nice. Too cold, exactly. Too damn cold. That's what I was expecting, to be honest. It is Castform at the end of the day, and Castform has been available since, I think, that's a scraggy task, nice. I think it's been available since May or maybe March of 2019. It was available, made available with Lotad Research Day back in 2019. Lotad was the third ever research day happened at Pokemon Go. It had Feebas that was a fail, Clamperl for February of 2019, which was quite an interesting one, and then Lotad was an 8-hour research day, but they dropped Shiny Castform in the wild with boosted spawns, which was very, very cool. Jack, welcome in. Just caught Shiny Toadstool. Oh, nice. Toadstool, that's it. In Pokemon Violet while trying to complete the Pokedex. Second ever Shiny. Hey, congratulations. I've been doing a little bit more of Pokemon Violet as well over the Christmas period. So congratulations. My most recent shinies on that, I found a random shiny Cypher, completely wild, unexpected. And I was shiny hunting Delibird outbreaks on that one. Interesting tweet from Niantic support. Okay, you perked my interest, Newcombs. You've perked my interest. I wish I had them on follow notifications, but maybe I don't. Brandon Tarn getting the bloody Hundo Jiggly. God damn. Where's this Niantic support tweet? Let's try and find it, shall we? Where are we? Niantic support. So what have they tweeted out? Trainers, this month we will test doubling the number of raid battles per gym during all 5 January raid hours in select locations. Oh, do you know what that means? That's quite interesting. What that means, I think it's going to be much like how they updated the raid day mechanic. You know, raid days for Pokemon Go events used to be 3-hour raid on top of the gym for 3 hours. Once you completed it, that was the event done. And for rural players, that basically meant if you had one local gym, you got one raid for the raid day and done and dusted. You couldn't participate anymore. Nowadays, you will be able to have a recycling 1-hour raid. So if you have one gym in your location, you'll get 3 raids. I think what they'll do is they'll increase it so the raids spawn twice. So you'll get a 30-minute raid on the top of the hour, and then at 6:30 on Wednesday, it will refresh and you'll get another raid. I think that'd be quite cool, particularly for people who don't have too many gyms accessible for raid hours. That would be quite a nice update. And it means you won't. I mean, it's all of this thing of they want people to go out and explore and do all this sort of stuff and trek around and make adventures, but they're adding mechanics and things into the game that make it easier for you to not move around as much. So it's like, we want you to adventure and all that. And to be honest, I'm very thankful if they do update this and that's what that means, that you'll be able to get 2 raids per gym in the raid hour, which I think is great, honestly. But it kind of goes against their whole ethos of, yeah, now you don't have to travel as much between gyms because they're going to refresh more. And it's just one of those things you think, like, whenever I read Steranka or anybody else from Niantic, I think, like, you're just talking bollocks out of your ass because what you say doesn't correlate with what you do. I wish they'd just be a bit more open about it, a bit more honest, rather than having this media waffle that they do. But hey, this is definitely the most relaxed spotlight hour we've done ever. Matter of a few lures and incense and stuff. We'll see how we do. Sealer, that would be helpful because I have access to only 10 gyms. So there you go, perfect case in point. Only 10 gyms is still very, very good, I would say. But that would mean rather than 10 raids, you could get in 20. I hope that's what they mean. And it's a case of, you know, I'm trying to think back. They don't do it anymore because whenever we have a raid boss rotation, like we had the legendary Johto beasts in the raids not too long ago, when their raid hour circled through, they mixed and mashed all the spawns. They said, like, hey, you know, some gyms will have Entei, Suicune, and Raikou on them. But back in 2019 and maybe 2018, you used to have a shorter raid timer on them. So you'd have like a 20-minute raid hatch and then it would refresh and do that. Like actually how they do the raid rotations for Hoenn, well, the tour events and the Go Fest, where they have a very quick timer recycle. So it's like the egg spawns with 5 minutes before it hatches and it's active for 25. That will probably be how they do these radar updates. So let's see what the select locations are. Is it going to be APAC or is it going to be sunny California? I wonder. And yes, only 45 more days till Sinotaur. It's going to creep up quick, people. LA Sinotaur is going to be here before you know it. That's what I thought too. Someone else I know said they think they'll be able to raid the same gym twice in a row. I don't think they'll be twice in a row, but they'll definitely have a shorter timer. It will be very like the tour events and the Go Fest raids, I think. But honestly, if they do that, that will be a brilliant little update because it just means it's again. Oh, got a tiny little Castform now. We had an XXL before, and now we got a tiny one. Can we hit the excellent? No, we can't because it attacked. For goodness sake. I think that'll be a really nice little quality update, to be honest. Besides raids, is there anything else you'd like to see change this year? I'd like another way to interact with friends, especially global. Once you hit lucky, you don't raid. If you don't raid, there's nothing. You're actually on the same money if you listen to Coops. That's what Coops wants. You want something to do with best friends or lucky friends. I think that's a very good point. I'm not sure what that could be. You know, once you hit, that's the thing. I've got so many people who are lucky friends who I just don't interact with anymore because, once you've hit lucky friends, what else can you do? Particularly if you're international, as you say, Dwayne, global friends, you may not be able to lucky trade with them ever. So what do? Do you delete them or something like that? I don't know. It's very weird. I would really like, and I know it's actually something that people have asked for before, I would like a way to lure up gyms because gyms are on the basis of a Pokestop. They're on the same kind of map as a Pokestop. They're just, slightly different criteria. Why can they not be lured up and have spawns around them increased? I think that'd be nice because some people in rural locations only have a gym available. They may not have a Pokestop. And it's just like, why not? Why not? Way to dispose of what unwanted eggs. Andrew, I actually agree with you on that one. Because if a fresh event starts, you have to walk off all of your old eggs. If you want to grow, like say you haven't been touching the eggs for ages, going through Adventure Sync, just doing the one egg per time with the infinite incubator, but then an event comes through that's got really good shinies that you need out of 7 kilometer eggs or 2 kilometer eggs. You want to be able to delete the old eggs, but you have to walk them off. So I kind of agree with you. Binning eggs it will probably never happen, unfortunately, because even in main series games, I don't think you can delete eggs. But it's wishful thinking. Wishful thinking. This is something that I know they had in Wizards Unite. I would like a way of being able to choose. So you have, for example, we see that, where is it? There's a 1-star egg hatching there. Now, in the current state of the game, and as it has been for 7.5 years, you don't know what's going to hatch at it. It could be anything. And in more recent history, the Holiday Part 2 event, it could have been a costume Pikachu, which you want to get the shiny of, or it could have been a non-shiny Crabrawler, which is terrible. So I would really like a way of saying, here's the tier 1 raid, but at this location you can choose out of the selection of available tier 1 raids, or whatever it is, which one you want to do. I think that would be a really interesting update, particularly if it's just the 1-star and 3-star raids that you can solo yourself. Tier 5s, because there's usually only one in the rotation, bit trickier, you can't really do that. But how cool would it be? So like 1-star raid, particularly good for shadows, actually. Shadow 1-star raids would be very cool. That would be a nice, interesting update. Last minute a Spol hour, indeed, and Lois, any shinies yet? Unfortunately, no shinies, but we have been playing at home on lures for this one because it's basically a storm outside and it's not actually really safe to be roaming around with this phone. And you may see a little YouTube short pop up in about an hour or two that might explain why we didn't get a shiny Castform this Spol hour, but we got one on Boxing Day, which is very cool. But in Wizards Unite, you had a way of selecting the raid at the location you could do. And how annoying is it, people? That's that spot hour done. It's 7 o'clock now. So we'll have a little look at it in terms of the captures and encounters. I think we started on 4,529 Castform seen, and we're now at 4,821. We must have been on more. Sorry, we must have been on I think we must have only seen about 100. I probably misremembered how many we started on, but if we go Castform and age 0, 89 caught, probably a couple more seen. So about 100 we've checked, which is by no means a hardcore spot out, but then it is playing from home on 3 stops and lures and incense. So no shiny, unfortunately, for this one. But did we get a random lured in 100%er? No. Since it wasn't boosted, if we go 0 attack and 0 HP, we've got 1 potential Nundo, people. Nope, definitely not a Nundo. So no Nundo at all, unfortunately, no Hundo, so very much a dead Spolao, but it is what it is. But quickly back to what I was saying about the raids before we wrap up. It's so irritating that now we have limited remote raid capacity. So you have 5 per day usually. They're very expensive to buy, so you can't really remote raid the things that you want to. So you're lumped with whatever's in your local cluster. Some people have more gyms, some people have less gyms. But if we look at this local cluster here, at the moment, I don't want to do the tier 5 locally. I don't want to do the mega. So we're lumped with the 3 stars and the 1 stars. And you can wait an hour, and then the one raid that hatches in your local area is something you don't want to do. And it's like, why are you not enabling people, Niantic, to be able to go and do the raid that people want to do? Like, as an individual, some people might want to chase the costume Radicate Shiny. Some people might want to chase a different tier 3. Since it's a raid that can be done on its own, let people pick and choose at the gym and say, hey, it's a 3-star raid, it's hatched, but I want to go and do it for the costume Gengar, rather than waiting around to find out that it's something else. So that's what I think would be interesting, but probably never going to happen. That was a cool Jigglypuff. Not a Hundo, unfortunately. Right, we're going to wrap up this stream. So thank you very much, everybody who's tuned in. Really appreciate you. It's been a chill one tonight, which is nice. But I'm going to venture out to the storm to go and get some quick dinner before we podcast. So thanks, everybody. If you're a new subscriber here, checking out the channel for the first time, we do stream spotlight hours and raid hours every single week. And if there's more major events like community days, we do stream those as well. So tomorrow we're going to be live streaming raid hour for Pheromosa, and because it's a regional, I think there'll be quite a bit of interest in it. Obviously, it can't be shiny, but go and drop your in-game name and your friend code in the comments of the New Year's event video that dropped yesterday. If you fancy having a little shot at getting some Pheromosa for your Pokédex, I'm hoping I can get through quite a few people for that one, because it has been out before, but not many people might not have their Pokédex. So I'm going to wish you the very best of luck. If you've got your Spotlight Hour coming up, good luck for that, and we'll be out with the video hopefully tomorrow, trying to get that shiny Jigglypuff before the event ends. So I'll see you all tomorrow, people. Thank you to my Patreon squad and the super chatters as well tonight. Thank you so much for your support. It really does continue making doing content a possibility. And the mod squad as well. Ever my rock when it comes to these streams. Thank you so very much. And there we go, Sue posting the link. That's the video that you need to go and drop your in-game name and your friend code in the comments of. Plus, I don't know, looking to raid or something like that. Because some people I've seen say, like, I don't have remote passes, but I'd like to join. So I'm afraid if you don't have remote passes, it doesn't quite work. I'd love it to be able to just, require a regular pass, but unfortunately that's how Niantic have coded the game. So I will see you all tomorrow, people. Have a very good evening and do take care.